Omega's son. Hope I don't got too much reverb on the joint. And if anybody is out there and hearing the sound of his voice, click in, let me know how my sound is. I mean, because we're going to get into it right now. Hip hop, togetherness story, right? We're going to talk about it from the beginning, you know, where the first elements play in effect, what the elements are, and we covered this several times, right? So we're going to talk about the elements, what qualified the elements. If you ever saw Hip Hop Founders, it was a nice documentary put together by Ron Lawrence, one half of what's that with D. Dot Angeletti, mega producer, you know, songwriter, all that good stuff. Had it available. DJ Wiz from Kid and Play was part of that project. If you can't go into that, it talked about the early DJs, the early park jams, things that was going on. Pre-dynasty hip hop, or the words hip hop was spoken. That's why I'm wearing this hat right now. It's a tribute to the old school, you know what I'm saying? You take the train with the Y, you know, talking with the Y in it. You feel me? I'm saying that's that 80s feel. Salute to classic materials, New York. But if we're going to go into it, I'm going to pin a StreamYard. I'm about to put that up. But in the meantime, in between time, here is the official start of the show.
some in the headphone. What? Yeah.
Welcome back. This is the blog repping, and we're in effect. Talk about it, making hip hop, putting it in perspective from the block's point of view. I am True Omega's son. Salute to everybody that made such an entity happen. The block, from the early days, got put on by my man Goodwill out there doing big works. Salute to him and DJ Fortune. You know what I mean? And put on with some wonderful brothers by the name of DJ Mr. Clean and Bray Love. I see you out there in the building making it happen. Good things for you and your family, much prosperity. Along with the crew that was around in the B-Box community, Donna, Dan, Adam, Roxanne, so many people that I've met along the way, DJ Free, Broham, so many good spirits putting this hip-hop thing forward. Salute to my man, the Mad Writer. He had a series called Gotta Get Mines, featuring Shy Stimuli, G Steel, Pain in the A. Some good brothers in that movie he was producing, and got me to get on to camera and have these shorts before shorts was going on. Feel me? You know what I mean? And that was a transformative moment for me to reach back into my hip hop catalog and things I would like to do in the community, and also as an aspiring hip hop personality as well. You know, knowing some of the people that I've known in the industry and outside the industry that still had an influence. So that was just salute to the Mad Writer for that. And I'm giving you this little walk to let you know that I've been a part of some of the great, some great moments that are defining, you know, for many of the people that were around, and also for myself to see how hip hop can grow. I got all my levels right here. Now, when I say hip hop a togetherness story, it starts with the people that were impoverished, you know, basically down on their luck, affluent. But you had to buy a lot of this equipment. If not, chances are you got the 5-finger discount. Chances are you got that. But nonetheless, your whole spirit was for promoting the party, to getting together with this new activity that was stepping away from the old classic R&B, sped up funk, you know, and trying to basically developing of its own. When you speak about hip hop, you're speaking about different elements inside of hip hop that makes it what it is. Okay? And this is what makes it its own entity. You have 6 elements. We used to say 5. And we're resting on 6 because there's a special element that had to document all of this stuff. Right? This is hip hop origin. You know, and the caliber of characters and their stories of what they were doing. This is very important. Let's get into the first, graffiti. Graffiti starting off as tags, you know, and I had this, you know, I had a lot of great graffiti artists that I've ran into along the way, and tags are their art. It's a point in their history to say, I'm gonna be known forever for this. This is my mark on the planet. Wherever you are, you see this right here. This is me, and I'm Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, Manhattan. Harlem, Manhattan is different for some reason, but I'm here. I didn't see too much Queens tagging, but I know there are some good taggers in Queens. And tagging is an element of graffiti, which is the art form. So now you say, why is this significant? Right? Because we're talking about the early character of hip hop. The whole purpose of gaining your notoriety for what you do and doing it well. A lot of the beginning parties in what was coined hip hop were in these art galleries. But like I said in the intro, the pre-dynastic part of hip hop starts in the park jam. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. That's why the hip hop founders documentary is very important. And then when you speak to people that were part of those early movements, the big speakers, the thousands of records, 15, 20 crates, the crew, because you have to have a crew behind. I don't think I still got that. If you look at my screen, hold on. If you're on YouTube, mosey it down. If you look at the screen on YouTube, gosh dang it, we're gonna get into that right there too. FN Meka, how it came. Oh my God! First of all, hip hop was like 49 years old officially. It's August. Clap it up. Clap it up. And with that comes responsibility. And when I say we've come a long way, but also have devolved, it's the same effect. Now we're talking about graffiti. You're making your mark. That's an element. It comes with the style wars. Because even if you couldn't write, you may have the colors in your head of how to match your gear. Stand up, talk about it. You may have the right fit to match your gear and push the culture forward. So there's a fashion thing going on too. So the graffiti is not just on the wall, it's on your body. And it's all in your mind. Can you follow me? It took money to become a DJ, right? But this is where we start. Because somewhere down the line, somebody had to form the party. And this is why we talk about pre-dynastic hip-hop or, the beginning eras of what we were calling hip-hop from the park jam. You're going to the park jam to hear the flyest DJ play. They brought everybody around. Yo, you heard, first King Charles, not just King Charles right now. King Charles from Manhattan, right? Yeah. Or Grandmaster Flowers, or the Infinity Machine, the Queen. Salute to DJ Divine, I see you out there. So you had these entities out there spinning off of the disco element, spinning off of the funk, and putting the breaks in the record to extend the part of the record so people can dance to that special part, that sweet spot in the record a little longer. And this is how you got the breakers. Because it was about the break beat of the song, extending it further. And it started from people standing, the stances. Then they got the stances into the pop locking. Then they go to the pop locking, maybe you know how to do the bebopping. Salute to the Rest in Soul, Shabba-Doo, and Rerun, Fred Berry. And many others. We're carving out some of the imagery and some of the major characters that were putting these things in effect. Then you got from there straight pop locking, up rocking, then floor rocking. Now we're into the deep breakers. And most of the deep breakers we got to acknowledge were of Latin descent. Latin, Spanish. However you want to say it. There's always some political label around it, whatever. Somehow that's what it was. I had a Puerto Rican friend of mine teach me how to do the knee spin, back spin, windmill, head spin, and a little bit of the spider, but that was hurting my knee. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. But in learning that, and he learned it from his big brother, and they were in the early stages of that breakdancing era, the New York City Rockers versus the Rocksteady crew and these other crews around, where you had to carry a linoleum board or a cardboard and get your dance on right then, right there. This is the birth of it, So to say that one grouping has a hold on it, that's erroneous. That's false. I wouldn't go with that. But I will say it's mostly an evolution from the black experience out of the park jams. I got to say that. I have to say that. Because that's true. What accompanies this is the people that were vibing amongst the party as well. So everybody was welcome because hip hop is a togetherness story. I don't see why people don't get that. We've come to this place where we separate everything and lose out in the oneness of it all. Because it took this whole grouping of different characters and cultures to come together. To say, this is what we're going to work with. We're scientists in the making. We made something out of nothing. This is hip hop, man. This is hip hop. DJing, breakers, graffiti artists, the MC. The MC was here to tell everybody what was going on. Who was that fly dude that was just spinning on the ones and twos? Who made the sweet potato pie and the macaroni and cheese coming out the kitchen? Whose party is this? Where are we right now? Are we in the place to be? What is the place to be? This is when you get like a DJ Hollywood out. Again, we were Master D. And you got the people, because the DJ's still working. His mind is all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I got to spin this record right here. I spin this record right here. Put it with this. Boom. I'm going to make a classic moment right now. It's about making classic moments. So the MC means the master of the ceremony, bringing the ceremony to the party people in the house. And his mission was to keep the crowd interested by rocking the crowd. Not saying what he had on him. Not saying what he was doing in the street. Not to snitch on nobody that was doing something in the street. But to tell you where the place to be was and why it's fly and where we're going to be next. And then the MC got clever. A good documentary that you can feast upon is The Art of Rap. It was beautifully narrated by Ice-T, I believe. Ice-T and I think Ving Rhames was a part of it too, but I remember hearing Ice-T. He was like one of the major voices of it. And he, being from the West Coast, was heavily influenced by the East Coast. I mean, yeah, he was born in Jersey, right? But most of his influence is from the West Side. So, it is what it is. Respect where it starts. We're walking down the line. So the MC's responsibility was to make sure that you knew where the flyness was, what we're doing right now. I'm pretty fly as well. The ladies out here in the house is looking dynamite and beautiful. If somebody say Al, all the homies right there, you making it rain, it wasn't making it rain. All my homies in the house say ho. call and response. This has been as old as the griots of old. Griot is a African trait. Okay, you don't want to say Africa. I get it. But there's always a storyteller amongst groups. You know, somebody that's gonna tell you the floor plan of what we're doing right here. How we get down when we get down. What's the purpose of the ceremony? MC. So we got 4, 5. Some would say the knowledge of self, knowledge of your culture, the love of yourself, the pride of your people. This was like for the people that were getting conscious and woke. Because, yeah, it's easy to just say, you know, somebody say ho, somebody say ow. But to be on that next level consciousness, to know that a breakbeat is going to drive people towards a movement. You know, the vibrant colors of your graffiti art is going to inspire a few people on their way to work, on their way to church, with a somewhat of a political message or somewhat of a spiritual message, or just the colors alone because your style is so wild, like a Phase 2 or Elf. I'm talking hip hop, because apparently people have been removed from the whole thing. All they think is rap, only because it's like one of the most marketable and profitable situations to be in, and not owned by the people that create it. This is going to bring us back into the Jay-Z thing, right? Because not only, you know, he's mastered the art. He's still a student of the craft as well. He'll tell you that. But he's mastered the art of putting this together as a grown man. He was a student from day one. A student from day one. Gotta salute that. Because with that, he knows there's a responsibility as well. You know, to carry that message forward and to be refined as possible, so people could come in and know it for what it is: style, creativity, cadence on the mic, wordplay, storytelling. There's an art to being an MC. Vibrance. You got to have that up energy. Or you got to have the energy that's going to reflect the area where you're coming from, so they can relate. Pac was big on that. I'm going to tell you something that you can feel. Giving you that dynamic, like, yo, we from the same struggle. So we born to hustle. Like, and you feel that, and you're like, yeah, somebody gets me. A togetherness story. Break dancers. Well, right now, breakdancing across the world is doing some amazing things. Transforming dynamics of the body to let people know that it's possible to do certain things we never knew we could do. Staying fit, first of all. With my, you know, I'm lazy with my sound effects. Staying fit. Come on. Just these things alone show improvement. And then it's the sixth element: the videographers, the photographers, the people that have been making sure this stuff stays in the salute to them. Big up, salute to them. And T. Smith, Ernie Panicoli, Stella McGlaw, I see you out there. Jamal Shabazz, tons of others. Whoever had that camera and caught that moment, you're a real one. Now, the sad situation is now that people want to be, and I'm not saying that it's all the way sad. I can understand it. You want to be compensated for what you do. And that's true. But when you're extorting people for a moment, captured on the essence on the strength of on the arm, as they say, on the arm for free. Like, this moment was so organic. You just happened to be here with a camera, and it's no offense. I'm mentioning this situation where the photographer wanted to sue Nas for a picture that he took with Pocket, I believe, at that time, and it was a big event. It was Pac, it was big, it was Redman, it was like all those 90 artists at the time that was wrecking. You know what I'm saying? You got Redman coming off the EPMD joint. I got it going on. It's a must that yeah, girl, not everything. Oh man, what's that joint? Rated R. Knock heads like Mike Nunn. He was getting busy. Hardcore to make a brother act a fool. Yeah. Then you got Big just coming out. You know what I'm saying? Hit Who's the Man soundtrack. Party and BS. Dolly My Baby. Pocky doing it. Tupacalypse. About to move into Me Against the World. Nas off the rip from Back to the Grill Again. You know what I'm saying? Live at the Barbecue. You'll say that Nas. Keep a Tech 9 on the dress, the lyrical professor. That one. All in the same spot, enjoying their youth. Rhyming together in the same ciphers. Sword sharpen sword. In that element right there. God took a picture of it. Boom. And thank you. Thank you for being at the right place at the right time with the right equipment. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. But to come back so many years later and do a move like that, it could be a little crass. I'm just saying. But now you got the whole layout. Within 20 minutes. Salute to me. Bruh. But I wanted to, definitely make it clear that it was a togetherness story. It's not one select people, but it did start with the park jams, and that's with the brothers and sisters from places from Brooklyn to Queens, South Jamaica, to Harlem. Everybody got their start out story. To say who was the complete first, you'd be running around like a chicken with your head cut off. I think people would lean to Brooklyn. I don't want to seem biased because I'm a Brooklynite from heart. Salute to that.
Another one.
Yes, I am. But for the most part, people lean on that. Queens is definitely a major player in the origin of the pre-hip hop stage. But everybody right now is credited in the Bronx. And we can't ignore it. Cedric and Cedar, August 1971. Okay? So there you go. Right there. Started with the brothers and sisters. And being a Caribbean person in America is a whole different experience, because it's the culture shock, but also the add-on, the cultural influence. Everything from the Wallabies to the speakers. We talked about the speakers just a minute ago. The sound classes. But then you can say that big drum stuff comes from Africa and places in the South America. It's just a cultural continuity with us to do these things. Respect it. We are one. And more powerful as one. Especially when we start controlling and trusting ourselves enough to get together, form our own. See, one more thing. More sprinkle of seasoning on that plate. Right? What was the major purpose of keeping Bad Boy and Death Row and No Limit, Cash Money, and all these different groups separate? was if they was to ever get together, they'll cause major distribution channels to compete, and people of color will be owning some stuff. Hello. That could mean some major things. and you know, and the whole thing is to get away from the template of how business was done before and make it progressive for the artists coming in. So you'll have an artist that's, you know, ready to win, ready to bubble, but doesn't know financial management, doesn't have any good advisory team, doesn't have the it doesn't have the legal foundation, nor is it being told what the contract is saying. So it's jerking records all around. So it's jerking records A, jerking record B, jerking record C. And then there's the agenda to keep things a certain way. That's why you don't have a lot of women in art. Even though they're right there, they're right there. Shot Rock, you know what I'm saying? Debbie Dad. Oh, the list goes on. I'll put this up. I should have took a picture of it and sent it to myself, but for the people that could see on the screen, I'm putting up I am hip hop citizen card. Got this around what you want to say, 2000, 2009. Jania Butler, I see you out there, boo. See you out there doing big things. Lady J. I came up with this thing called the Hip Hop Union. And it says I am a citizen of the Hip Hop Union. And this is nationwide. There's actually members across the nation. From here to San Francisco to the Bay. Points in the Midwest. And it's a major movement. Yeah, I was first mentioned. I seen it in the 1992 Source magazine. I remember it clearly because I used to collect the magazine. In the back, and it was an interview that was given, and they asked Grand Puba, who was one of the hottest MCs at the time, you know, what would you like to see going forward in hip hop? They mentioned the Hip Hop Union. Yeah, a place where artists coming in could get that. You know, credit. What is it? At that time was bucks going on. There's something about credit counseling and budgeting. How to handle artist contracts with talented lawyers that's coming into the game. Dental. Yeah. Dental work and stuff like that. Health benefits. You know? Because hip hop is an occupation. If it was treated as such, and people were getting a greater portion of what they put out, you know, and that's respectful, right? Maybe instead of 99 cents on the album, you could get like $2 or something like it. You know what I mean? You used to price it for chopped cheese or something, $3.25 or something like that. On an album, that's $19. Oh, okay. And then some of that money could be funneled in if you're wise enough to get into the hip hop union. Funnel that much so you could be a part of a movement that helps other artists live a respectable life, get some life insurance, health insurance, financial advisory tips, ability to take care of their families, and several others. I mean, and this was the purpose of actually having a hip hop council at one point. Some people was talking about that. Listen, I'm on YouTube. You can go there on the block repping. Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna put the StreamYard. Now, don't play with me now. Put the StreamYard link in the description. In the comments. All right? I'm going to pin the comment. So if you feel free to come up and talk about it, you can do that. Excellent connection. We're flowing with the survival scroll. Salute to Reverend X. We're talking about hip hop. Now we're talking about the hip hop unit. On the back of the card it says, I pledge allegiance to the life of hip hop and to my heart for which it beats. One mind under pressure, seeking respect and empowerment for all. Come. Jules, man. It's Jules. Jules. Under pressure because, you know, the stress of what's going around in the world is actually formed and forges the creative experience. One heart beating for the pulse of the reality of what's going on, so we can write about it, so we can tag about it, so we can break about it. The core functioning factors of hip hop: peace, love, unity, and having fun. Where is it right now? Where is it right now? That's why, going to the next phase, talking about the Jay-Z joint, his growth. And he's mentioned because he is the child that hip hop had. Yeah. When we talk about GOATs, it's not just you just can't say that without some inspiring catalog to go with it, first of all. You got some inspiring catalog to go with it. Then you have to have longevity. Well, not so much. Impact plays a very important part. Because in a short amount of time, you got people like Big Pun, where if you can listen intently to where he was going with his lyrical capability and his ability to perform and create songs, he was about to lift off the planet. No pun intended. But yeah, he was coming out the stratosphere as far as the lyrical capability. His cadence was perfect. Pick the right beats. Get on other people's joints and just blast off with it. Pun was that guy. Short amount of time. Ready to go. Not too many people had that impact. And then, acquiring certain business measures. Because, it is music business. So the respect of your peers is everything. You know who's like that? On the low, with quiet money. AZ. Another one, rest his soul, MF Doom. Almost a cultist-like energy. People knowing your words before you say them, because they know the record so much. Who has that now? Kendrick Lamar. I wanted to open up with a song by the Fearless Four called Problems of the World Today. And I know the copyright monsters are out there. They're under the bed, in the closet. Have mercy. In the closet. And they just waiting. There's some type of song. Snatch it. Gotcha. But nonetheless, you go into a song like that, you go into a group like Cold Crush, the great Grandmaster Caz, Charlie. Come on now. You're going to get the Spanish, I would say Spanish, I'm sorry, the Latin experience, the brotherhood, the sisterhood. You're going to get that. Brown and black pride. You're going to get that. Togetherness Story. And to see how far we've come in our humanity and in our learning what we need to do and how we need to move. You know, creating hip hop unions that you can actually go to. You know, check it out. See if you can Google that. Hip hop union. I am a hip hop citizen. A political party, even. A political party represents the interests of D-boys and D-girls everywhere. Why not? We're a global thing. It's a global culture. It's a culture of the people. And it's going to need representatives, you know, that are going to push the culture forward responsibly with elders all over the place. To drop such a concept means you take it for granted. Like it's always going to be here the way you want it to be. To drop that concept. And this is why you have the next phase of this conversation. Because I'm not going to go too long. And I'm trying to give you some time to get up on here. This guy right here. FN Meka. What the hell? With it. FN Meka versus the machine. If you don't know who or what this is or how this is or what the Peasy for Sheezy Bo Beezy is going on, this was an attempt to make an AI artist. Let me turn this down real quick. What's my people? Who am I doing that? Okay, there you go. This was an attempt to make an AI artist that didn't have sick days. Didn't need to cancel the concert. Didn't have a bunch of... Oh, man. See, image is very important to a people and to a culture. Once the image gets diluted, grafted even, taken out and repurposed, and can also be manipulated for other imageries and other influences that tag along with it. You know, so now you can have your AI, you know, just like you do your creator player on your little games. You have the AI wearing a Supreme shirt with some Balenciaga shoes and like 50 chains around his neck with a baklava. Baklava, did I say that right? Yeah. And you're in. Without any respect for people that may be in that field of study, that lifestyle, without respect to that, you know. So things may slip around, like domestic abuse, you know, the dysfunction of the reality, police brutality, over-aggrandizing. What am I talking about? Political unawareness, social unawareness, and even indecency got to a point where this AI artist has been signed to a label, then dropped from said label because of was it a TikTok post about being beat up in the jail. Not getting a good grade in school, getting a degree, not for scoring the winning touchdown for the college that they were going to, or, dang, not even for having a new baby. This guy got TikTok getting his ass whooped by a CEO in a virtual meta jail. Y'all know this wasn't a real person, right? Right? The FN Meka character did a track with Gunner from Atlanta, Georgia. Salute to him. Much prayers on the situation. And it blew a little bit. No, it blew. I'm not saying a little bit. I'm not going to dismiss it. No, it blew. You know, we're talking about a character with like 10 million followers. What does that do for that budget? Couldn't been put in a local artist, right? Spread out. No, because now it's about how many people follow you, what you can do with the algorithm, whether you can break in and influence people. You're a social influencer now. You don't got to know a lick of rhyming. And the person that was actually rhyming didn't get paid for his.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And aired it out. How about that? And you know, I'm not even gonna dump on the whole creative concept of it. Salute to the creators of it. You know, salute to them. It's a good idea, but it also shows the levels of cultural appropriation, or even let's not be too harsh, right? The connotation that you'll take somebody's experience from the inner city and sample it on to a fictional virtual character. But hey, it's entertainment. Somebody's going to pay for it. The machine saw the TikTok, said, nah, not this time. Nah, we got to get, nah. You know what? The liability of the terms and conditions. This is too much. Sounds like a legality situation. Get rid of it. Ah! Only then. Because if that didn't move anybody, if it didn't alarm people, if people were so insensitive to let it rock, you'd have had your first album by an AI character. The money goes to the AI concept. Not somebody from hip hop. You know, they like hip hop. They may like hip hop, but not so much. Really got to get it focused. This is why these movements are important. ASCAP and BMI, maybe, and they're good institutions. I'm not gonna, because it's all about money management. And there's a process to the situation where you're getting your royalties, and you want to make sure that you get more bang for your buck. But this new age of music from streaming, and now we're learning about streaming farms, the download situation, the influencer angles. just want the artists to win so they can continue to make the music that they make and even grow. What's significant about Jay-Z is that he may be, well, Drake, maybe one of the few artists that's going to attain this type of wealth in this industry without this next phase of technology. Everybody else is going to have to use this next phase of technology to reach the global market. That's why it's insane to see certain people, they look wealthy, but they're not. Knowing they're putting out some great quality work. So now you change the game of what success is. And the people that want to come up, the people that want to come up are going to follow the wrong success formats. We're going to go into a song real quick. I'm going to play it. Listen, I'm not getting paid for this. You know, I would like, just, you know, for you to spread the word, share it, comment. Engagement is everything. Like it. That's the currency. That's the currency right there. And it's a shared experience. Even if you learn something from what I was mentioning with hip hop, that's a currency. I hope you carry it well and you're able to express it to the fullest of your capability. That's rewarding to me than $100 in the cash app. I wouldn't mind that too, you know. That'd be like what? For the most part, I've shared experiences with you, my observation, and I'm sure you have your own that are just as rewarding to our cipher of hip hop. What keeps this thing going? What keeps this thing us, human, real flesh and blood, from which it derived. Again, not downing on what they was trying to do, but come on. The BS got to end. Listen, keep going down the destructive road for what you call wordplay, and it visits you, because the energy has to go somewhere. Somebody who's going to want to try you. That's the reality of that. And if it's not the ops, everybody starts to become an op. It's the government. The government, or the powers that be, or the administration, or the corporation, or whatever, is going to come and collect. And you haven't broken bread properly. Meaning youth centers, donations to the local hospitals, creating of jobs. And there's artists that's doing it too, and they don't need to announce themselves as well. Salute to you guys. You know what I'm saying? But when you expand the wealth, you also expand the market of people that are willing to buy more product and willing to back you even further. Everybody wants to claim something, but don't have the power, the empowerment inside the claim. Yeah, this is us, we did this, but you don't own it. You're barely getting the resources from it for yourself. You gotta scratch and scrape and try to grip what you got right now. Then ask somebody else for, can I get on? Hey, you got $250,000 deal right there. Can I get on? Can I get on? And you got people that don't even have no type of hip hop, nothing. Armchair quarterbacks, nothing. No acting, nothing. And I say nothing with an Nuffin, nothing. on the front row calling shots. What's good? Y'all allow that. On the front line calling shots. He ain't do a backspin the first. It ain't even backspin the record. You can hardly do a decent blend. And then with hip hop, just like anything, from the streets, you gotta know where you belong, kind of know where you are. Let me see. You gotta know where you are. If you're a tagger, you're a tag. If you're a DJ, you're a DJ. You probably can rhyme. You probably can do both, but sometimes it's gonna come out crazy. You know what I'm saying? Your Style Wars, yeah, you can get dipped, but you also push the culture forward. You push the envelope while looking goofy. There's ways to do this. So, I've given you a lot. Nice little hour with it. I applaud myself. Thank you very much. I applaud you guys. Thank you very much. We are the change. We are the change that can change. Change and get some change. Let's walk like we can do it. Celebrate your local artists as much as possible. Repost their stuff. Make this a local artist, friend artist repost day. Get like 2 artists that you like or know, or and just repost their joint. That'd be a good currency. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere somebody's listening, somebody's hearing. They're like, okay, they know this. Put that good work out, good energy come back to you. This has been True Omega Son. Thank you for coming out. Wellness to you and yours. Yeah. And we out. For YouTubers.